It's a Celtics spotlight here on the Carlow Sports Network. Sean Meyers joined by sophomore Emma Aubrey for the Celtics women's basketball team. Emma, first off, thanks for doing this. How's everything going with you?
It's going well, thanks, Sean.
Absolutely. So I want to talk a little bit about your play so far. We mentioned you're a sophomore. How have you evaluated your season to this point?
I think I've had a very true sophomore year. I feel like I've been up and down, confidence-wise and play-wise, but I feel like I'm very thankful for the amount of playing time I get as a sophomore.
Well, you mentioned up and down. So how have you maybe grown as a player from your freshman year now to a sophomore campaign?
I think the biggest thing is my confidence. As a freshman, when I came in, I just feel like I had zero confidence, and now after I worked really hard in the summer, my confidence has gone up, and that's really just improved my game a lot.
Well, it certainly should have gone up after a game you had earlier this season against CCAC. Early on, you hit 7 3-pointers in that game. So what was that feeling like?
Oh, it was pretty exciting. I was actually 7 for 10, which I was most happy about because it was pretty accurate. But it made me think of high school because I had another game in high school where I made 9 threes, and it was really exciting.
Does it just feel easier when you're locked in like that, shooting the ball? You just know it's going to go in?
Yes, it does. And when we were preparing for this team, we knew that they had a sagged-off defense. So I knew coming into the game, I was like, I need to really lock in and focus on the rim and shooting.
You have a new head coach in Dave Gordon, who was a longtime assistant with the men's team. So how has that transition gone to him and his coaching staff?
Well, at the beginning, it was very discombobulating. He started coaching us, he learned that he was going to be our coach a week before our season started. But having him has been a really great opportunity for us. He really puts in really hard work, and I'm very thankful for him.
So let's talk a little bit about the goals that you set for this season. What are the team goals, and what were the individual goals that you had in mind?
Yeah, so for the team, I think we definitely wanted to win some games in our conference. That was a really big goal of ours since we didn't win any last year. And personally, I really just wanted to contribute more to the team and contribute more of a leader to the team.
What led to your decision to come to Carlow?
Halfway through my senior year, I actually thought about not playing in college at all, and then some other colleges close to me, they offered me a scholarship, so I thought about going somewhere, but I wasn't really set on going somewhere near where I lived. And one of my cousins, he actually used to play on the team, and he introduced me to Carlow and Coach DeSalvo last year, and that's how I got up here.
Well, you mentioned that you thought about playing close to home initially. Close to home would be in Tennessee, so it's a little bit of a transition, I'm sure, coming to Western Pennsylvania. What have been the biggest differences?
Well, where I live in Tennessee, there was not a whole lot to do, and in Pittsburgh, there's always something to do, and I really have created closer bonds with people here than I ever did in Tennessee. So.
Now I have to ask this on behalf of my colleague Josh Roundtree, who does the broadcast. He is a big Tennessee Volunteers fan. Are you as well?
No, I'm a huge Lady Vols fan, but not necessarily Vols all the way across.
Well, they had great success for many, many years in women's basketball. So let's talk about your major and what would be an ideal future profession for you.
Yeah, I'm in business management, and I'm really interested in owning a bridal shop that sells wedding dresses.
I know you're still relatively young into your college career as a sophomore, but what has been the most challenging course you've had?
Oh, definitely quantitative reasoning. It's mostly stats, and I'm terrible at math, so I struggled.
That makes two of us. You attended Sullivan East High School. What was your fondest memory there?
I think my fondest memory was in my senior year when my dad was actually my coach, and he got his 200th win against our rival in the conference. So that was a very special moment for us.
Did you feel like he coached you harder than the other players?
I would say definitely differently. We definitely had a different relationship than my other teammates, but he was very hard on me, and I feel like he did a great job of just giving me the opportunities when I deserved the opportunities.
Right, had to earn it. If you could change one rule about college basketball, what would it be and why?
I would go back to the shorter three-point line. I know just recently the girls' three-point line moved back, I think a couple years ago, and I think that's really struggled for us girls.
Well, apparently if you already make 7 on this, you can maybe make 10 on a shorter three-point arc. Who do you have in mind for a celebrity dream date?
I would definitely pick Giannis Antetokounmpo from the NBA.
Milwaukee Bucks MVP. Yeah, now he is like 7 foot, so you'd be giving up a lot of height there in that scenario. If you could go back in time when you were a high school freshman, what advice would you give yourself?
I would not put as much pressure as I did in high school. I feel like especially my freshman year, I just put so much pressure on myself of making all the little mistakes, and I thought those would amount to something, and they really didn't. So.
Well, Emma, thanks so much for doing this, and good luck the rest of the season beyond.
Thank you.
That's Emma Aubrey, a sophomore, right here on the Celtics Spotlight.